Hello everyone. In this video we will be covering enumerators, what they are, and a simple example with using them. In my experience, I've used enumerators to kind of dictate the state of something, a state of the program that it can be. And in this example we'll have something similar. We'll be talking states as in colors and kind of get a feel for what enumerators are like. So to create an enumerator, we need to type the enum keyword, and it's highlighted. And here in this enumerator, I'm going to create one of colors. So this is similar to a struct, right? Well, with structs, what you would do is something like struct, and I'll call it colors, right? Here it's very similar. The syntax is similar. But rather than defining various data types and attributes for this structure, here what we're going to be doing is just creating the states of our enum, the data that's inside of the enumerator. And since I'm dealing with colors, I'm going to start with the primary colors, red, blue, yellow, and I'll include secondary colors. I'll say green, orange, and purple. Right, so now we have an enumerator where we have 6 different states: blue, red, yellow, green, orange, purple. And actually the Visual Studio code analysis tool is actually showing us the values of each one, which is quite interesting, and it shows us the syntax of accessing the specific value of the enumerator, right? That's part of it. However, because we have an enumerator declared in this scope, we can just use the enumerator values themselves. So how can I use an enumerator value? Well, I'll say color, and I'll say my color. And I will make it equal to yellow, right? So here color, I mean, it only has one of 6 possible states. It has to be one of these. It cannot be anything else. One thing that would be interesting is what happens when we print my color. What will happen? So we'll print that. So why don't we build and see what happens. If we build our solution, let's see. Alright, succeeded. We're good to execute, so we'll launch the code, and see what happens. And the state, it says 2. Okay. Well, let's take a look. Let's see. So this is yellow, and if we look at our enumerator, well, the value of blue is actually 0. So the first piece of the enumerator starts at 0, and all subsequent values are incremented. This is quite a unique property of enumerators. But if something, let's say for example, I wanted green to be equal to the value of, I don't know, 23, and we change our color to purple, well, what would that be? Let's find out by running our code. The result is 25. Right, so here we have green, which is 23, which has a value of 23. We have orange, which it'll increment from the previous value, which is 24, and purple, which is 25. So we have a jump. Here we see that yellow is 2 and then green is 23, and we're able to specify that with this enumerator. So what else can enumerators be used for? Well, we can use them to determine the state of something. So here I have my color, and the state of my color is purple, and I can use a switch statement to determine what state my color is in. So I can write my color. Oh, what's going on? Nope. Here we go. Oh wow, it's actually able to bring this up for me, but I'm not. We're going to fill this out. We're going to fill this out just like anything else. So when it comes to determining the state of the enumerator, what we want to do is to go through all possible states that are contained inside of the enumerator. And here we have blue, red, yellow, green, purple, and orange. So let's start writing them out. We'll have case blue, and I'll do something simple. I'll say the color is blue. And we'll need the break, and we'll say red, and we'll have that same printing statement. The color is red. We'll need to break. We'll continue with our cases. Right, and the idea is that while you're determining the case of your state machine, of the enumerator, it's best to cover all possible states that's possible with the enumerator. And we can just copy this and change things accordingly. So here we're going to have green, orange, and orange. Then we'll have purple and purple. And something that we can do is that we can put a space here, and actually we can print out the value of the enumerator that's here. So here we are, and we have our switch statement all worked out. And if we look at my color's purple, so it should show us that the color's purple. And actually we should make a default case, because that's good practices. We will say I don't know what color it is. Okay, so here we have a switch statement that will let us determine the state of my color, which is pretty nice. So let's run this. So if we have purple, we should expect that the output should say the color is purple along with its value. And actually, something that I'll do that'll make things interesting is I'll say purple is unique to green plus yellow. And let's see what that gets us. First, let's compile, meaning building the solution, to see if we have any errors. We do not, because the error succeeded. There's 0 failing. That means we're good to go. So if we launch our code, we see that, oh, that makes sense. I'm gonna add it with orange. I'm going to merge it with orange because 25 saying the same makes sense, because 2, which is yellow, plus 23 is 25. So that example was not so helpful, but here it'll be more interesting to see. And yeah, the color purple is now 47. Right, so with enumerators and something, if I say cyan, if I do something like this, if I say cyan, since this is 47, this is going to be 48, which is pretty nice. Right, so to reiterate, one property of enumerators is that after every element we increment by 1. So the next element is going to be incremented by the previous element unless we specify its values. So here we have colors, which is important, but something else that's highly applicable with, let's replace that with cyan. Something else that's really applicable with enumerators is actually types of errors. And what's really nice about this property that you can kind of shift the values of pieces of the enumerators, that you can have ranges for different error types, which is pretty cool. Right, so let's run this program one more time, and since here this is cyan, it's not defined in any of these, so we will run our default case. Look at that, the value is 48, which is cyan, which is correct, which because it comes after the purple, which has a value of 47, and we don't know what color it is because our switch statement is not aware of the color cyan. Thank you for watching this video, and see you in the next one.